Okay, we're given an equation, and we're asked to find the solution for the location of the foci and draw the sketch. First, we want the standard form of a hyperbola with a negative in front of the y squared term. So the standard equation is of the form x minus h parentheses squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. So all we have to do is compare that to the equation they gave us, which is almost perfect to work with. That tells us that the h coordinate for the center is equal to negative 3, the number being subtracted from x. The k coordinate is the number being subtracted from y. It's negative 2. The a value, that's the distance to the right and left of the center to form the box, the dotted box for the hyperbola. That is the number, the square root of 16 is 4, and the b value is the square root of 25. That's 5. Now we can start our sketch. Now we have to make note to ourselves how to situate this. Here's my y-axis, and then here is my x-axis, and I'm locating the vertex HK at negative 3 on the x-axis. So let's go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and then down to negative 2 on the y-axis, negative 1, negative 2, and that puts us at this location for the center HK. Now, let's do the horizontal and vertical distances from the center. A is the horizontal distance 4 units right and left. So we go 1, 2, 3, we have to go out to here to the number 1. In order to get to this location, sorry, I'm writing right over that negative 2. And then we have to move the same number of units, A equals 4 units on the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to take us out to negative 7. And here's the point. Okay, so we have 4 units right and left. Now we have to go B equals 5 units up and down. So moving up, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll take us up to 2 here. And that takes us to this point from the center. Now let's go down 5 units from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will take us down to negative 7. And let's go ahead and, let's see, we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only went up 4 units. See my bad? That is not the location. That dot is bad. Pretend that's not there. I don't have an eraser. We have to go up a total of 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That took us up to 3. Okay. And then we're going to come down, and I made the spaces too far. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Approximately down to here. Okay, so our center is HK. It's located here at the ordered pair negative 3, comma, negative 2. And now let's draw our dotted box going straight through here, coming down through this point, all the way down to this point, across, all the way over here, and then down through this point. Okay, now let's do our dotted line going from corner to corner and through the center, approximately looking like this. There's a center. Continue to the other corner. That's our asymptote. And the other X marks the spot through corner to corner, passing through the center, HK, coming out the other side. There are our asymptotes. Now, we know something that by looking at the given picture that the y coordinate is negative, the x coordinate is positive. So I just want to make a little comment here. When the x squared coordinate is positive, that implies, in the standard equation that we have, that implies that our parabola is going to be opening in this direction. And the reason why, the way that we remember it, the way that I remember it, is if it's the x-coordinate we're talking about, the major axis is going to be the same orientation as the x-coordinate, which means it's going to be horizontal. In other words, the major axis will be going through here. Okay, so that's by noticing that the equation has a square on a positive on the x squared term. Okay, so we know that and since that's the case, our major axis is this dude right here, right? And these are my vertices. And we had to pass through our vertex and open asymptotic to X marks the spot. So we look like this. And on this side, we look like this. And over here, we're like this. And asymptotic over here. Okay, so the solid graph is our hyperbola. And that's our picture. It's a mess. I could clean it up at the end, but let's locate the foci. We already noted that we passed through the vertex, but what we have to identify is the location of these guys, F's. We better label these guys. This is F sub 1 and F sub 2. Okay, so we just look at the picture, and we know that we have the F sub 1 is an ordered pair, and the X coordinate is the coordinate in question. The Y coordinate is clearly -2. I'm sorry. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's -2. It passes through -2. And it's the same for the other dude also, F sub 2. His Y coordinate is not in question. His Y coordinate is -2 in both cases, just by looking at the sketch. Now, the X coordinate is the location of the V, but then we have to move out a little bit further. Or we could just embed the rectangle and a triangle and do the trick with a triangle. The embedded triangle looks like this. Okay, this will be the vertex V. And this is the upper. All right, and the vertical distance up and down is the A value, which was 4, and the horizontal distance left and right is the B value, which is 5, and then this will be our C. So we're going to use Pythagoras, which will give us hypotenuse squared equals leg squared plus leg squared. That gives us C squared equals 16 plus 25, and that's 41. So C, the positive square root, is the square root of 41. Okay, so we need to move C units left and right from the center. Now, the X coordinate of the center is -3. So we will be moving, for F sub 1 located here, -3 on the original X location of the vertex, and then we're going to move minus the square root of 41 to get to the point that I've circled. Now, to get to F sub 2, we're going to start at -3 and move out to positive square root of 41 to get to the location of F sub 2. So those are the locations of our vertices. And then the cleaned up version of the graph would look like this. We have our X, Y, we have our X. Okay, we have our center point here at the ordered pair -3, -2, and we have our foci. One's over here, one's over here. It's a really rough sketch because the more accurate sketch is above. And then we have opening here through our foci, opening here through our foci, and of course it wraps around we're passing through the vertex, not the foci, and they're wrapping around the focus, but I'm not going to bother mentioning this is V sub 1 and V sub 2. We won't mention the location. And then the major axis, of course, it's not yet part of the graph, but that's this guy here, and we're done.